from Bloomington, Indiana, Memorial Stadium. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. It's the USC Trojans and the Indiana Hoosiers. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Catching up with the Trojans head coach before the game. This is a challenging environment, bringing his team in here against a very quality opponent. This has so many implications for postseason, rankings, strength of schedule, all of those metrics. But more important, he knows how hard it is to get a win here on the road. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Trojans kicker headed toward the football, and their season is now officially underway. On the run from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintained his discipline, not much doing on that return. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Beebe. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman. Like the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to run downhill, no nonsense, and they'll have a guy that they'll hitch their wagon to.
Yeah, everybody talking about losing Mendoza, but Black and Hemby were a big part of that thing, too. I think the offense
makes the grab and room to run. Inside the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, Hoosiers. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got the better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball in the first possession of the game, and they looked like it, scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking downfield, it's Mayava. Coming out aggressively. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Quickly out to the tight end. First catch of the season as this freshman tight end wastes no time getting involved. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Using his feet. Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And you got to love that third down, man. 3rd and short, you've got to be the more physical team. And listen, it's magnified, right? Because the offense just gave up a touchdown. On the opening drive, like, you don't want to punt the football. So nice job being physical on 3rd and short, getting that next set of downs.
The Trojans will line it up on 1st and 10. Red pass, it's complete. Turning it on. Let's talk for just a second here about USC. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
The give is to Miller. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking downfield, it's Mayama. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
But how about that? That's already the 3rd target this guy has had on the opening drive of the game. He is a big factor for their success throwing the football. He's got to win the matchups. Even though that one goes incomplete, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. That's his first catch of the season, and they believe he is a freshman who can contribute a lot early.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Quarterback slides, and he's got enough for the first down.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
And the Trojans kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Williams open on the right side. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. To the air on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. You're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing it.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. On 3rd and short, the power run here. And he fights his way, but they'll stop him just short of the line to gain. It's 4th down. Less than a yard to go for a 1st down, and the offense will remain on the field. Needs it to keep this drive alive. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Caught over the middle, it's Marsh. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
And obviously huge shoes to fill if you're Indiana's offense this season, having to replace a Heisman Trophy winner in Fernando Mendoza, David. And it's not going to be easy. And obviously you go to the portal and you try to bring the next guy in. But honestly, when you look at Indiana's quarterback play, it goes even beyond Fernando Mendoza to Curtis Rourke the year before that. They have been so consistent at this position as of late.
Yeah, and I think with Indiana proving who they are now as a program, like if you come here as a quarterback, you're going to have success. You're going to take a leap, a Fernando Mendoza type leap, right? Like where he was a good player, he became a great player. So people are going to continue to line up to play in a smart, efficient offense where you're going to have a lot of success.
Might be calling a hot route. The run inside. It's Richard. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Snags a quick pass on the left. Breaks into the open. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11.
Well, that didn't take long. I mean, they started off this drive with great field position, and that's critical for this football team because of the players they have offensively. If you can get them the ball back at that area of the field, it takes one play, like what you just saw, and all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door now in the red zone looking for 6.
That big play really has them in business. It's 1st and 10 from the 11. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Sends it back in motion. To the air, it's Mayava. Floats it out in space. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
They've got the screen set up. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We reach the end of the period. It's Indiana on top. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. Easy call for the refs. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he takes this from inside the 5. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. Offense all set and ready to crank things up. Things got off to a good start with a touchdown on the opening drive and then quickly went to pot with a pick on the second one, and now they'll see if they can find the middle with this third possession. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Just a little too eager there, and they'll back up 5, and it's 1st and 15. Looking for room. It's Beebe. Finding some room. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
They'll ride the hot hand. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Going to the ground. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Scanning the field, it's Hoover. The throw to the outside is complete. Goes down immediately, but that's just what they needed. It'll be a first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player. And we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Takes the handoff. It's Beebe. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
And the Hoosiers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. He wants to change this route. Back to pass on 2nd down. He spins that thing down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. 3rd and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking left. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Trojans! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And the extra point was good. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. Might have a chance. Picks up the 1st down. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has his defense's head spinning with the option. That gives him 54 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Finds the tight end. First catch of his career, and you see why they believe this freshman tight end can contribute early.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
Great job by the defense here rallying to this wide receiver and making the tackle. He is dangerous. They don't want to let this receiver get behind them, but they know that when he makes catches, they better rally quickly and get this guy on the ground. He is fast.
Back to throw, it's Hoover. Gets it out fast. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. All right, guys, let's talk a little Indiana. They finally get the glory. Everything changes as far as program expectations when you win that first national championship. Fans, boosters, alumni, media, now all expecting much, much more, aren't they, David?
Yeah, but you still get to celebrate because you were the king. You were the king of college football. You won it all. A lot to be excited about. Palmer, now you work on the next season and repeating and all that goes with it.
And it should still be good, too, right? Because winning that first national championship brought in so many good recruits, brought in so many players through the portal. You can make an argument their roster this year is better than last year's national championship roster. So I'm excited to see what they do today.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Touchdown, Indiana! And they kick it in for 6 more points.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Miller with the ball.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The give to the back. There's a crease. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Looking to pass. It's Mayava. Catch in the middle. It's Jordan. There he goes. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to...
Caught, and he's got room. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Before they snap the ball on second down, timeout is called. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And here comes the offense on second down. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. They'll run the screen. Run out of bounds. They'll spot him at the 24.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
The Trojans, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Escapes the pressure going right. He's going to run it. And he will wisely scamper out of bounds. No need to take unnecessary hits.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time they let him get out of bounds.
And the Trojans look to do some damage in the red zone. To the air, it's Mayava. Rushes on him, and down he goes. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by USC. It's their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
Well, the offense has made it known on this drive. They're trying to throw the football, and they're going to let this quarterback go to work. The defense does a great job winning up front. They get the sack to try to slow this momentum down.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Here he comes from his own end zone. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Running inside, it's Beebe. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, and we have run out of time in the second quarter. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We start with a look at Ohio State taking on the number 3 team, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And it's the Buckeyes, keeping things within arm's reach here in this ranked-on-ranked battle. I think the plan here is just to get to halftime, then figure out a way to pull this out in the second half. Now let's take a peek at some of the other contests around the country, games that promise to have an impact on the top 25.
Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
They're dealing with a second and long. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Trojans want to crank the tempo.
Well, he hauls that pass in. Big play for the offense. The Trojans have had such a history at this receiver position, right? You go back to Mike Williams, Keyshawn Johnson, Juju, and then Jordan Addison. There's always a playmaker on the perimeter of the field for the quarterback to take advantage of, and they've got to keep feeding this guy the football. He is dangerous.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Got it in the middle, it's Bowman. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
I know he's got the height and weight of a tight end, but, man, the way he runs routes and how good he is with the ball in his hands, it just reminds you of a wide receiver. He's so athletic. This is a guy that has a basketball background in high school, and you see it pan out. Every time he has the football, he just looks like the best athlete on the field. For a big guy, very, very unique.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. And the Trojans can really attack on this 2nd and short. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jordan. Not much room to run. Let's give him one to the 33.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Hey, this offense is trying to stay aggressive. They want to blow this game open and take the lead. They're not going to settle for a field goal there, and that's why that last 3rd down was critical, that they were able to pick that up, keep the offense on the field, and think about 6 points.
The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
This is one of the best run defenses in the entire country. They pride themselves on being the most physical unit, and you are seeing that in this game, shutting down this running back.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Back to pass, it's Mayava. Got it in the middle, it's Mosley. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
And I think this is starting to get really frustrating for this defense, man. This is a drive that they're putting play after play together. And you finally force the 3rd down, and they get the first down again. And so starting to sub some bodies because they're getting a little bit tired. They've got to find a way to get a 3rd down stop.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Slings it downfield. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Here's a heat. And it's a sack.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. The run inside. It's Jordan. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off. And it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. And after that last field goal, they start this 3rd quarter, finding themselves playing from behind. Takes the handoff. It's Beebe. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Now on 1st down from the 28. The short hands, it's shot. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
It has not been a banner performance so far by this offense. Here in the 2nd half, they need more plays like that. That's a good sign, but you got to be able to put those plays back to back now. Really nice job early in the drive coming up with a big one in your own end. But now you've got to be able to string some of those along now and score.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And the big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understand his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
The Hoosiers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Trying to beat the D deep. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
And at this point of the game, you just can't say enough about how good the defense has been covering this guy. Coming into the game, they knew he was the critical factor for this offense with his skill set, but they have really been able to shut him down. They force another incompletion down the field looking his way. To me, that's one of the biggest reasons why they're winning this game.
Pressure coming. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The kick is high and away and headed toward the sideline. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Welcome to college. First carry for the freshman. Navigates that massive bodies and gets 4 out to the 17.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Snagged in the middle, it's Bowman. He stopped just short of the 25 at the 24-yard line, but it will be a first down.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
Motion from the wideout. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Makes the grab, it's Jordan. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
And the Trojans come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. From the gun, running back on the move. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Right back to the well. And after a very short pickup on that run, we have come to the end of the third quarter. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass. Incomplete, and they got a hand on that right at the line of scrimmage.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. He'll take it himself. He's going to be a little short. It'll be fourth down from the 44. The Trojans headed quickly to the line. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. The screen. The offense coughs it up. And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over.
First down here as we dive into the college football season. A Week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Here's the pressure. And they got him.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14. Looking for a man. It's Mayava. Got a man. It's Bowman. Push down for the tackle.
Great job by the quarterback bouncing back. Just got sacked the previous play. Now all of a sudden it's 2nd and long, and everybody knows you're going to be throwing it. But he comes right back. He stays in the pocket. He's staring down the field. He's not letting the rush affect him. He finds his open guy. He gets the completion. It's not a first down, but now you're set up 3rd and short. And this all of a sudden looking pretty good for the offense.
Yeah, and if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
Could be an alley. Touchdown Trojans. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, on that run, he shows you why he's so dynamic. He's got all the tools in the toolbox to hit the home run, David, and they're going to stay patient with him. They know they're not going to score a touchdown every single time they give it to him, but he is that guy that can break the game wide open for this offense. Expect more from him.
Yeah, and then once you start giving it to him, you create that balance on offense. Then you can play action and suck those linebackers up. So it's only going to help this offense make it more two-dimensional as opposed to one. Get the running game going, and then it opens up the pass.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
The play-action fake. Finds his man. It's Marsh. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Dropping back, it's Hoover. The quick out.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They say no thanks to that pass interference penalty, and they'll take the results of the play. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
Wants to fire on second down. Finds his man. It's Beebe. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Hoosiers will hustle to the line. To throw, it's Hoover. Here comes the heat. Blasted as he lets it go.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Under fire. And down he goes.
Obviously, they fail on that fourth down, but because there's still time on the clock, this game's not over. Who on defense right now can step up and make a big play and get the ball back to the offense?
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. After that big stop by the defense, now they can salt this thing away. Surge to head for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Trying play action. On the move, he fires. Pulls it in. It's Bowman. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
They want that clock to run. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go right back to him. Maybe some room here. Oh, no, the ball popped out. This could change things. And this fumble will squirt out of bounds. And the Trojans have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Williams. They go to the wide receiver screen. Try to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
I love defenses that can tackle the catch. Right away, you're not giving up any yak. As soon as that player has the ball, he goes down now.
Wants to throw. It's Mayava. Under fire. He gets away. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the extra point is good, and the lead swells to 16, and it's getting late. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Takes a hit as he fires. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an out.
Makes the catch. It's shot. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
Well, this tight end's really good at finding soft spots and zones. It's not just working over the middle of the field either, but also on the perimeter of the field. And that time, as soon as he releases off the ball, he knows there's no one.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Well, this is a quarterback who's not known for his running ability, obviously. We've seen him make some great throws, but mobility, that's probably not on your bingo card, and you saw it right there. He gets brought down for the sack.
The Hoosiers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking for a man. It's Hoover. Catch in the middle. It's Becker. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Working that left side now. They make the tackle at the 36. Let's see if they bring out the punt team. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball.
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. On 4th down, trying to find his man. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation when you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
You work all offseason for that, the chance to take a knee and punctuate an opening victory to this season. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. Couple teams of this caliber before.